Yo
Y nos
tengo una
vamos,
consulta.
decime.
Esta es la segunda clase recién de... yo tengo entendido que este grupo empezó en este mes de... Bueno, en el mes de agosto. Y
Sí,
quiero saber si esta es la segunda clase recién de esta materia.
en cuanto a lecciones, sí, es la segunda clase. Pero
Ok.
yo había iniciado un saludo al grupo, ¿verdad? Porque en la parte del foro, para empezar y para ponernos de acuerdo en horarios, etcétera, ¿verdad? Pero vamos a decir que oficialmente, en cuanto a lecciones, hoy es la segunda clase.
Ok.
No te
Muchas
esperes nada,
gracias.
vamos a decir. Bueno, me confirma si se ve en la pantalla nuestro PDF. Este PDF van a encontrar en la plataforma también. ¿Se ve? ¿Me confirman, por favor?
Sí se ve, teacher.
Sí se ve, teacher.
Great. Bueno, bien, siguiendo entonces con la lección anterior que estábamos hablando sobre, obviamente, una pequeña introducción de qué trata los derechos humanos de Universal Declaration of Human Rights. También, no sé si llegaron a ver los videos que están en la plataforma. Si no, les vuelvo a pasar en el grupo de WhatsApp para que puedan ver que son justamente introducciones. Y también tenemos un nuevo video. Y entonces ahora le dejo la posta al profesor Pedro para que nos hable un poquito al respecto.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
¿Sabe que te escuchaba un poco Neco? ¿Ustedes le escuchan bien, chicas? Yo no le escucho bien a él.
¿Y ahora?
Sí,
¿Qué tal?
con eco se te escucha, profe.
¿Todo bien?
Yes.
A ver.
Can you change your device or something, please?
I am going to check this right now. Please.
No,
How about now?
we can hear you well.
Okay. You do?
I think it's your place. Maybe if you shut the windows or something like that.
They are already closed. But that,
Teacher, puede ser también que con auricular, si es que tenés.
ya estoy usando.
Can you try it, please?
Y desconecta.
Se escucha ciertos sonidos extraños. Some weird noises over there.
A ver. Un ratito.
Te esperamos. Mientras le esperamos al profe, cuéntame un poco de ustedes. Chicas, están Mónica, Irene, Andrea, Alicia. What are you up to? How old are you? Are you married? Where do you live?
Hello, my name is Monica. I'm 22 years old, and
Oh, you're a baby.
I'm single, and I live in Asunción, near to the omnibus station of the
Really?
Asunción.
No kidding.
Yes.
I think it's Lambaré, kind of Lambaré, kind of Asunción is over there.
Yes. It's
Mhm. What about you, Andrea?
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Ramirez. I live here in Asunción also. Here, also near to the bus station, Asunción.
Really, are you neighbor? Are you neighbor of Monica or not?
I don't
It's
know
just a
where
coincidence.
Yes,
And
Monica, I don't know where exactly you live, but maybe sometime we can meet together.
yes,
Yeah, a
will
cup of
love
coffee
it.
over there. Why not?
To drink coffee. We also talk, made our homework, but never we meet together yet. Not yet, but maybe sometime we
That's
can.
typical. That's so typical about us Paraguayan people.
But we don't have
Que-
enough time, teacher, to do that. For example, in my case, I just arrived at home, so for that reason I was so late. I'm not so good. Also, my voice is so. How can I say? I not have flu. I don't know how to do. Bronchitis. I don't know how to
Just
say.
practice. Don't worry about the practice.
Teacher. Sale double. No sé si mío nomás lo escucho doble.
I think Teacher Pedro is not working. It's not working your device. I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself?
No, really, I can hear myself. It's like echoes over there. What?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Kind of.
Kind of. And how about now? Do I sound better or not?
Earphones or something.
Teacher is not.
I can hear myself. Bueno, mientras sigue ahí arreglando problemas técnicos. Ay, ¿viste que me escucho? Te dije que me... Please your microphone. No? Please. Good. Is Alice over there? I think Alice is not listen to me. Can you listen to me? I mean,
Hello, teacher. Are you calling me?
yes. Can you
Okay, hello. I'm
introduce us,
Alicia.
please? Who you
I'm
are?
Alicia. I live in Villarrica, also next to the bus station, but I think that we are not neighbors.
Really? Yeah, you're so far away from us.
Yeah, we are
But
here. Some girls from Villarrica, around 4 or 5. I don't know if they are in
we
the
have a place
class.
on Villarrica right now.
Yeah,
Really?
yes, that's
Well,
right.
girls, we know now we have a place over there and we can visit Alice. Thank you, Alice. What about our new classmate, Irene, Irene.
Hello, people. My name is Irene. I have 21 years old. And I
Oh, you're
live
21.
in, yes, I live in Mariscal Estigarribia, Chaco.
Where is that? I'm sorry, I'm ignorant about it. Where is that? I mean, where exactly do you live?
I live in Mariscal Estigarribia, Chaco.
Wow. And how is over there? Can you tell us about your neighborhood?
Can you repeat, please?
Estoy leyendo en el grupo que no se puede. Si podemos ver esto mientras profesor Pedro vaya. Your device. Bueno, como dijimos en la clase pasada, entonces estuvimos hablando de los de declaración. What's it? The difference is the declaration y hacemos ya algo en forma oficial y por supuesto cuando es oficial ya se vuelve legal and in turn in a form of a document. Entonces, the universal, acá nos lleva a una página, pueden entrar ahí y van a entrar justamente a la página de las Naciones Unidas. Esto va desde antes, desde mucho tiempo. Voy a volver otra vez a nuestro PDF. Bueno, como le estaba diciendo, bueno, si hacen clic acá, Universal Declaration of Human Rights les va a llevar justamente a esa página. Parece que le escuché al profesor Pedro. ¿Qué tal hay tu?
Hello. And
Ahora sí te
I
escuchaba
think that
mejor.
I'm ready now.
Okay,
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes,
we
teacher.
can.
All right. So let's start this thing. Well, as teacher Lily was saying, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it's a corpus of norms that makes a declaration. The declaration itself is not as we understand a law, but countries and governments made with internal procedures. They made this declaration a legal binding system. And como estaba diciendo, La Declaración Universal de Derechos Humanos, estaba diciendo la profesora Lily, es una declaración que de por sí no es, que de por sí no es coercitiva, pero lo que sucede es que después los estados, los gobiernos, de por sí, de manera interna, los van haciendo más, pero los van haciendo eh, obligatorios para dentro de sus países. It says here that it's a milestone document in the history of human rights. Es un, milestone, milestone quiere decir piedra angular, es decir, que es un documento base en la historia de los derechos humanos. It says here that it was drafted by representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. Drafted by representatives quiere decir que fue elaborado más bien por representantes de diferentes países con diferentes culturas y diferentes sistemas legales de todas las regiones del mundo. Y ¿qué quiere decir cuando habla de esto? Quiere decir que esto es un documento bien incluyente, que no se, que fue hecho pensado por las mentes y las culturas de todo el mundo. Por eso vemos en la primera clase que este documento, que la Declaración Universal de Derechos Humanos y los derechos humanos en sí, son derechos que se reconocen aquí, en China, en Estados Unidos y en Australia, de igual manera. Todos sabemos que nuestros derechos son iguales aquí y en todas partes. That's why it's called universal. Universal significa que es global, mundial. En- a ver, para hacer un poco más participativa la clase, quisiera pedirle ahora a... Hola.
Yes. Yes.
Hola.
Que yo pueden escucharle a él, se le escucha bien a él.
Sí, profe.
Ah, bueno, eso me quería saber. Gracias.
Bueno, profe, ¿puedes subir un poco más tu documento?
Dale, dale.
Ahí está. Para hacer un poco más participativa la clase, who wants to read the text starting for the declaration was proclaimed? A ver, Alma o Alicia o Natalia, José.
Hi, teacher. Which part exactly? I'm not finding it.
Okay. The third line. The declaration was proclaimed.
Okay. The declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on December 10th, 1948, by General Assembly, Resolution 217A, Part 3.
Okay,
As-
very well.
Okay.
So it says here that the declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly. What is that? The, the United Nations General Assembly is the main organ of the United Nations. It's where all countries are considered the same. We know that that is just a fiction, right? Because and China is not the same as Ecuador, nor Russia is the same as, I don't know, Australia. All right. Paraguay is not the same as Argentina, and Mexico is not the same as España nor Italy. But we say that they are the same in the General Assembly because each country have one vote. And that's the charming thing about the United Nations. We all have one vote and we all have voice in the discussions. In the discussion of the declaration of the drafting of the Declaration of Human Rights, we we found that all countries could make their effort and their part to shape and elaborate the document. Okay. Entonces, continuando, ¿quién podría continuar? ¿Quién leyó recién?
Alma leyó recién.
Ah, súper. Gracias, Alma. Punto extra para vos.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you so much.
A ver si Alicia o Natalia o José, Carlos quiere continuar.
What about Carlos? Is the second guy here? Can you continue, Carlos, please? Are you there, Carlos?
He's snapping.
He's gone. Okay, bueno, a ver, what about Monica? Can you continue, Monica, please?
Yes, teacher. By General Assembly Resolution 217A3 as a common standard of achievements for all
Achievements. Very good.
peoples and all nations.
Very good.
It sets out for the first time fundamental human rights to be universally protected.
Okay. Continue, please.
Since its adoption in 1948, the UDHR has been translated into more than 50,000 languages, the most translated document in the world, and has inspired the constitution of many newly independent states and many new democracies.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Monica, right? Okay. We
Yes,
are talking
teacher.
about a resolution. What the hell is a resolution? A resolution is a norm, a document that the General Assembly adopt to make a document and legal and pretty to start and the observation of the corp of norms and views that includes that resolution. Okay, so in the General Assembly gathers every year. They adopt like 800 resolutions every year. So in 1948, one of the resolutions they adopted was the one of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It says here that it's a common standard of achievements for all people and all nations. Common standard. That means that everywhere in the world is the same. And for the first time, we got we got our rights universally protected. One thing that surprised me here is that this document is more translated than the Bible itself, right? Because we all know that the Christian Bible is one of the more sell books in the world, but I didn't know that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was the most translated document in the world. This is a like a um, with this kind of information, we get to know, we get to acknowledge that this declaration is very important for all the world. Okay. And it says here that it has inspired the constitution of many newly independent states, and not that newly independent, and many new democracies, such as Paraguay, because 1948 was the year when the declaration was adopted, and our current constitution, or our current national constitution, was adopted in 1992, as we all know, right? It has many references to human rights. Okay. And so, who wants to read the text now?
What about Jose Sanchez? Can you continue, Jose, please? Are you here?
Profesora, yo no leo muy bien en inglés.
Don't worry, here for help you.
We are here to learn, Jose. Don't worry. So you can start with the second main
Don't be
title:
shy.
Economic, social, and cultural rights.
Sean?
So Jose is a little shy, teacher. We could try with another
Bueno, eso
student.
quiere decir que las mujeres we have
You women rule the world. There's no doubt about it.
course, of course. What about Coral? Coral, are you here?
Hello, yes, I am. Sorry, I'm not in
Hi.
my house. I can try. I'm not in my house. I'm in the street.
Can you read, please?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, economic, social, and cultural rights. The International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights entered into force. Yes, entered into force.
Very good.
In 1976, the human rights that the Covenant seeks to promote and protect include: first, the right to work in just and favorable conditions; the second, the right to social protection, to an adequate standard of living, and to the highest, so small, highest attainable of physical and mental well-being. And the last one, the right to education and the enjoyment of benefits of cultural freedom and scientific progress.
Very good. Very good. Profe, ¿puedes bajar un poco más?
Thank you, Coral.
Okay, you're welcome.
Right.
So it says here that this covenant means convención, means convenio, means tratado as well. And teacher, I can hear, I can see the document very well. It's too enlarged. That's just fine. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. So in this covenant, we adopted, for example, the right to work in just and favorable conditions. This means that and we have to acknowledge that we all have the right the rights and to have a job when the conditions are are not mean for people. This means that um, we 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 are protected. We have to be protected by law, so our employers don't treat us bad and don't treat us in a unjust or unfavorable manner. Okay, it says here as well that we have the right to social protection. This is very important because without um, social protection, we won't have, for example, IPS. IPS is the Paraguayan way of social protection. Without it, and and we won't have this very basic right um, of have this of being protected in our health. Okay, and of course the right to education and the enjoyment of benefits of cultural freedom and scientific progress. In very close societies, such as the regimes or, for example, the URSS, they didn't have this kind of of rights because they were afraid that people could use against the government. This happens nowadays. It's not something that we left behind, but it was something that it was adopted in this covenant, and it's something that the governments, the countries, the states have to guarantee and promote and its adequate observation. Okay, and last but not least, the this the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights have protocols. The first of them was entered into force in 1976, and the second was adopted in 1989. And these protocols are like documents that we sum up to the principal covenant. Okay, they 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 don't modify the document, the principal document. They sum up, they additionate rights to the covenant on civil and political rights. Okay, and says here that the the covenant deals with such rights as freedom of movement. This is very important. So we can, for example, in the pandemic, we didn't have um, freedom of movement, right? Because we couldn't move anywhere we we wanted to go. Back then, only 3 years ago, we didn't have that freedom fulfilled because of the pandemic, right? It was like a very exceptional situation. And another right that the covenant have is the equality before the law, the right to a fair trial, and the and presumption of innocence, and and then various other rights that because of our little time left, and we don't get to talk about much. But you can read this at home and inform about other rights that we have and in this important covenant, right? So now I
I
give
have
the
a
floor
question
to
about,
Lilian. Okay.
yes, I have a question about this. What can you explain about war propaganda? What does it say that? Can
Okay.
you explain us more?
Yes, of course. When we talk about war propaganda, we are talking about the way countries or government want us to see how a how and why a war is made. For example, the War of Vietnam. The War of Vietnam took place before because um, Occident didn't want the communism to expand itself in across Asia. They said that it was about a matter of freedom of the Vietnamese people, but it was about what the Vietnamese people truly wanted. So in Occident and France and the United States and their allies want wanted us to think that it was a fair war, but it wasn't a fair war at all because um, an alien army, the American army, invaded the Vietnamese country to try to prevent it to have a communist government, and that happened like a lot in modern history. For example, the war of Ukraine. We don't exactly know what is happening there because Russia and its allies and Occident and its allies have different versions of what is happening in Ukraine. Some say that they are invading Ukraine because they just want to um, reconquer a territory lost by a, a empire, but the other part, the counterpart, says that they are just afraid that they use their territory um, to invade the the other territories of of the international power. But I don't want to put names on this because this is like a very delicate matter. But when we talk about war propaganda, we are talking about many interests in game. In okay, we
Right.
we
Yes. Thank you. I understand. I understand what you're saying. So clearly, para ser un poquito más eh, hablando mal y pronto, war propaganda is more eh, supuestamente supuestamente digo porque no hay todavía algo Rusia, ¿verdad? Bueno, ya está justamente está por terminar nuestra hora. Entonces, resumiendo, bueno, para hacer un resumen de todo esto, en realidad, vamos a tardar un poquito más, pero tenemos acá básicamente qué es la Declaración de los Derechos Humanos, la Declaración Universal de los Derechos Humanos, cuándo fue hecho, que también tenemos otros organismos. También estamos hablando sobre y políticos, justamente donde entraba esta parte de War Propaganda, porque tengo entendido, si el profesor Pedro no me corrige, ¿verdad? Que incluso tenemos política propaganda, o sea, más hacia los partidos políticos tenemos esta parte. O sea, entendemos por propaganda justamente, eh, vamos a decir, influencias políticas que tenemos en la actualidad, ¿verdad? Tenemos bastante sobre eso. Y como dijo él, es una materia aparte, es básicamente aparte y da para mucho que hablar, ¿verdad? Bien. Do you have any question about this right now? I mean, so, any question? Do you feel add something? Are you okay? Well, silence, silence.
Yes, teacher, I understand.
Bien. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pedro. Vamos entonces ahora a la plataforma porque tenemos unas preguntitas sobre esto. Wait a minute, please. Can you confirm if you can see the platform? Can you see? ¿Pueden ver la plataforma?
No, teacher.
No yet? Okay.
Now, yes. Now, yes.
Wait a minute. What about now? ¿Qué tal ahora? ¿Se ve ya?
Sí,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher, we can see it.
All right. Thanks. Okay, we are here. We are here in lesson 2. One, we have questions. No, it's important, your opinion. And some question. Why question? Because it's like, what is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Number 2 is, which more laws form the so-called International Bill of Human Rights? Recuerden que hablaba de justamente dos ítems en esa sección. Number 3, what economic, social, and cultural rights. We have talked about this, especialmente la parte económica. What are civil and political rights is the fourth question. Estuvimos hablando especialmente la parte de propaganda. If you want to know what propaganda is, you can more and a lot about propaganda, especially about political parties. Exclusivo justamente de la parte política. And then, question number 5. Do you think this is our country? Paraguay? And why? ¿Y por qué? Or why not? If you don't think, you can say, okay, it's not important because, and you can add your reasons. As you know, we have here nuestros indicadores. Responden las preguntas, ustedes saben que es 5 puntos porque son 5 preguntas. Luego tenemos spelling. Oración, gramática y coherencia. Okay? As you know, this doesn't have an exactly date. So next
Excuse me,
date would be
excuse
up before the or can you hear me?
Teacher, excuse me. Could you explain me again?
Yes.
Not number 2. If you can explain me in Spanish, it could be better for me because which more
Okay.
form the so-called International Bill of Human Rights. What do you mean with that? Could you explain me in Spanish, please?
Which more? Hay otras leyes que forman parte de los derechos humanos, entonces ahí vemos justamente más. Entonces, hay otras leyes que también forman parte justamente de este documento y básicamente a ver o sea, la Declaración de los Derechos Humanos, cuáles son las otras leyes que forman parte, qué son los derechos económicos, sociales y culturales, qué son los derechos civiles. You think they're important? ¿Ustedes creen que todo esto es importante? But in our country, en nuestro país. And why? ¿Y por qué? ¿Sí? Sería la quinta pregunta, sería un poco más reflexiva. A little bit of reflexive. So I want your opinion over here.
Another question, teacher.
Yes.
Or we have to investigate in another other place in Google or.
Can you repeat again, please, because I didn't hear you.
If do we have the information about this question on the platform or on the material that you gave us? Or we have to investigate in Google?
For el profesor, lo que estaba diciendo el profesor Pedro, so you can read again and answer this question.
Profesora,
Yes.
disculpe que le interrumpa. Tenemos nosotros una clase también prevista para las 8 horas con otro profesor el día de hoy.
Yes. Bueno, ya estamos terminando justamente, era solamente explicar esta partecita y como ustedes saben no tenemos una fecha en sí, entonces pueden completarla cuando puedan. for today because tiempo ya fue, ya terminó. It's finished for today, okay? So,
Thank you, teacher.
see you next Friday. So try to read it again and try to reflect about the question, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye, people. Have a nice weekend. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.